Yeah.
And then
Quite yet.
one left.
Right, I do believe that we are live on YouTube. Yeah.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Weymouth Town Council Planning and Licensing. Just to welcome any members of the public, which we have, which is nice to see, and any members of the public that are looking in on streaming live. We'll go straight into item number 1, which is apologies for absence. And we have apologies from Councillor Furman, who is being substituted by Councillor Harris, and we have apologies from Councillor Young. If I could have a proposer and a seconder that we accept those, proposed by Councillor Clifford, seconded by Councillor Taylor. All those in favour? Yeah, that's unanimous. Thank you very much. We now go into item 2, which is declarations of interest. Should you have any declarations of interest with any of the items on the agenda tonight, you can speak up now or hello, Councillor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair. I'd like to declare an interest in item 7, TPO 2025 005 on Binkley's Road. I'll declare an interest because I'm a resident of Binkley's Road. So
Yeah, there's some peculiar then, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much for that. Item 3, which is the minutes of the last meeting. Has anybody noticed anything in the minutes from the minutes? So if I'll propose that the minutes are true and seconded by Councillor Dickens. All those in favour? And that is unanimous. We now come to item 4, which is public participation. And I'd like to thank the members of the public for coming in. I think most of you are here to speak about the 21.7 acres.
Yeah.
Planning. I'd just say, have you got a single speaker, or if you do speak, could you not try and repeat, please, so that we're going over the same ground? And who would like to be the first speaker?
Could I ask about the application that was withdrawn? Will comments go over to the new application or are they completely ignored? So it's all the new stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you see today?
Yeah, you have to resubmit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you get to read those as well as Dorset Council?
What do you mean by read?
Do you get to read our comments?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
It was something that I didn't know.
Yeah, as you can see, they're all on
Yes.
the Dorset Council webpage, and all of the councillors here have access to that.
okay. So who would like to be first?
There's just something that I was touching on, Sandy last week. I feel that with this overlooking and waiting to people's houses, it can cause some sort of health problems, like stress, anxiety, knowing that, oh, I can't go out because they're all staring at me and they're, thinking of people's health well-being.
What?
I think that there's quite a few people made comments. By and large, we're stressing that this is an elevated property, part of a rectangular layout of the homes on a hillside. So these alterations will result in the owners of that property having a clear view of all the properties. There's quite several houses that will be in direct line of sight, especially their gardens. Noise, I think, might be an issue as well.
So it's not just the garden, it's our bedrooms as well. Any privacy in our bedroom, we've got coming up.
Yeah.
The curtains also.
Well, we are subject to what's called material planning considerations. I've had a look through, and it's overlooking and loss of privacy is probably the only one that I can see. I don't know if any other members of the committee have looked at it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I agree. I've got. That's what we objected to last time.
Let me just have a look at what we said last time.
Last time, I'll just have a quick look at it.
Overlooking and loss of privacy.
Yeah.
At that point, there was lack of assessment regarding the impact on residents living around the property.
Yeah, and that brings into the the well-being of people.
No, they're not bifold, multifold doors that they have in the plan. Is it 6 doors? That opens up the whole of that sitting room area of the building to the outdoors. And
You're not talking ground level, you're talking.
on the upper
I'll just
story, yeah.
grab the elevation so you can see. Yeah,
Good.
so this is the proposed, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit.
I think the application is slightly misleading in the way it describes ground floor and lower ground floor. As far as the back of the house, the south aspect of the house, it's a 2-story building.
Yeah.
I think there's also been some feelings about the dormer window part of the application, because it's a massive dormer window. And it'll just, I mean, the window itself is not so massive, but the structure of the dormer is the full width of the building pretty well. And it'll just look peculiar, with top heavy.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Right.
I'm not sure, not that business maybe, but I got a feeling that the roof construction is these pre-made trusses that were just coming in at the time. And I just thought that makes loft conversion a bit more difficult. However, that's.
Well, that's, like I say, you know, builders would probably get around that somehow, I'm sure they could, but
Take the roof off and put a new one on.
Yeah. I mean, would anybody else?
There's just one other thing. I can see this will have 4 levels in this building, and there are steps down, steps up. On the roadside, it looks like a bungalow, and the rear, it looks like a 2-story building, like a house. And technically going into the roof gives him 4 levels. It doesn't actually show it there, but on the plans, because the architect still calls the sitting room on the ground floor when it's in an elevated position on an upper level. And that's what causes the privacy issues, really. You know, being so high in the air and open to look everywhere around.
Yeah. Okay. Right, thank you very much. We can now move on to item 5, and item 5 is 7 Acres Road, the first one. Committee, would anybody like to? Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is just a rehash of the original plan that we turned down. That we objected to. I think they've reduced the size of the balcony, but it still has all the problems that these people are talking about. It's still looking into their bedrooms.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, it's a bit smaller. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the kitchen being extended, but having the balcony on top of it isn't really. It's not good. It's just not good.
Yeah. Anybody else, any comments?
No.
No. John.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I can see, from the residents' point of view, this is a loss of privacy and all the overlooking is the main problem. I think if it had been done at the outset, right from the word go, it had the balcony, that might be fair enough, because some of the other properties further up the hill do have balconies. They've always had balconies, so that's been accepted. So people that bought houses nearby would know that there was balconies there. But to try and retrofit a balcony when there's people already living there is too much of a loss of privacy. So I think we should maintain our previous stance.
Councillor Clifford.
Yeah, I can see both sides of this. Frankly, you've got 2-story houses on Brunel Drive overlooking this property. You know, it's which comes first, again, it's a privacy line, isn't it? It would be sensible, I would have thought, for them to swap the rooms over. Have a living room downstairs and a bedrooms upstairs, and that might be something that would be helpful for the developers to get it through. But I agree with Jonathan, that it's just who comes first. It seems a bit unfair, but that's just how it is sometimes. They're overlooked, other people don't like it to be done in reverse, but they've got first call.
Anybody else? So do we have a proposal then? Yeah,
To oppose.
to propose and object on the case of overlooking and privacy.
Yeah.
Do you want to reference the previous one?
But it's because it's withdrawn,
Yeah.
it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
As such. Yeah. But we can word it similar.
Looks said.
Yeah.
Overlooking a loss of privacy. The only bit we added last time was that there was a lack of assessment regarding impacts on residents living around the property.
Yeah.
I don't even say that one, got us about everyone's,
So, yeah,
the areas commented.
yeah,
Yeah, so keep it the same comment.
so, yeah, the
Are
council.
you
objects
happy
on
with
the-
that, Steve?
The council objects on the grounds of overlooking and loss of privacy.
Yeah, yeah. Seconded by councillor Rowe. All those in favour? And that's unanimous, Nicky. Thank you very much indeed, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't forget, put your comments on the portal. If you can find it. And thank you very much for coming. You can stay and listen to the rest of the meeting.
Thank you, time.
No, you're welcome.
So when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you just need to press the bottom to the left, button to the left of the door. They'll swing open.
Apologies if I got the name on the first time.
It's all right. Quite all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, we now come to the next item, which is the site of Quintec, I think they pronounce it, Bincleave Newton's Road. Councillor Orell wishes to discuss this planning application.
Yeah, I think it's a weird way of spelling kinetic, but
Is it kinetic?
yeah.
Energy.
Energy, is it?
Yeah. So, yeah, I flagged it up just because it's I'm not going to reject it, it's just a major development. I want to put more than just our standard wording in.
Yeah.
It's after our Southern experience where our standard wording was misinterpreted. So just to make sure it looks fine to me. This work is very necessary for the development. When it's done, it'll open up a really pleasant walkway for the residents' waves along Newton's Cove and along the old breakwater.
Yeah.
And various amenities. So I can quite looking forward to this happening.
Yeah.
So I want to
Yeah.
give it a very firm approval.
Yeah, this company came and give us a lovely tour when they first submitted. And they agreed to a lot of the changes that we asked for.
Yeah.
And we're also getting £2.5 million worth of coastal defence, which I think is, but there was a payoff.
Yeah, loss of social housing.
Yeah, loss of social housing.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah,
Very cheap, shouty, cheap.
yeah. So what would you like us to send up on this one, that we're very pleased?
Yeah, and warmly support this development and look forward to its speedy completion.
Did you get that?
Warmly support development and look forward to its completion.
We're not allowed to just support, are we? No, not allowed to just approve, we've got to support to get them to.
So actually, what they've said now is that even if we support something, they want us to quote a material consideration, so we could say that it's. Well, there's nothing that it,
No, it's all objections, that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will improve amenity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Improve the
will improve,
support and
Yeah.
will improve amenity for
And support our
residents and
neighbourhood.
visitors.
yeah.
The well-being of our residents.
And help unlock the development. Economic boost, it ticks all of them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. We got them to lower the height, we got them to increase car parking.
Yeah.
And I mean, Luke Wakeling, very good on this. And he put a lot into it. We got to look out coastal lookout, and they were building in front of it.
Oh, no, great.
Yeah. Do you remember that, John?
Yeah, I do.
So we got them to lower it, and, you know, I'm with John.
So we're gonna say the council warmly supports development and looks forward to its,
Unlocking the
Speedy.
potential of the area.
hang on, that's speedy completion. This will improve amenity for residents and help unlock.
Unlock the potential of the area.
Thank you.
Right, all those, well, it's proposed by councillor Rowell,
Yeah.
seconded by councillor Dickens, all those in favour? Thank you very much. We now come on to the Weymouth Town Bridge. Again, councillor Rowell.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I had a quick check and they're not putting galvanized railings on it.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's pretty much a like for like repair. So again, it's just making sure our words of support
Yeah,
are strong.
yeah. Well, we need it for the harbour.
Yeah.
The council enthusiastically supports.
Yeah.
Yeah, what benefits are we gonna put for this?
We can still cross the harbour.
Important for tourism, economic development.
Essential.
People love taking photographs here.
Yes.
Okay,
And then in item 5, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
we need to vote on that one. The town bridge.
Oh, the town bridge.
Proposal and seconder, please.
Proposed by councillor Rowell, seconded by councillor Harris. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Do apologise,
Getting a
committee.
bit, getting a bit ahead of
Yeah.
ourselves, you know.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We'll just leave that hanging there.
Yeah, we've got 5 applications that were given to us before legal dispatch. Would anybody like to raise any of those? Or can we vote en bloc to move it into item 6? So, well, I'll propose that we move all those 5 into item 6, seconded by councillor Dickens. All those in favour? That's all moved into item 6.
Thank you.
Right, before we vote on item 6, has anybody got anything that they would like to raise out of any of the other applications in item 6? No? Right, then I'll propose that we vote on item 6, that we send our standard reply. Do I have a seconder from councillor Taylor? All those in favour? Unanimous. We now come on to item 7. We don't actually vote on this, do we? Is
Yeah,
it-
because this is a tree preservation order.
So we actually,
We can comment on this one.
yeah,
Yeah, let me just find the right. Actually, no, this one is. So this is a proposed new tree preservation order. It's in land at Bincleaves Road. And these are the trees that is proposed will be made subject to tree preservation orders.
anybody like to comment on this?
I'd like to ask a question.
Please do.
Have we got any evidence, because recently trees on Bincleys Road have created damage worth about 15 to 20,000 pounds on people's houses?
Yeah.
Are we accepting that therefore, if we put a tree preservation order on these trees, they might actually sue us?
Well, it's not us, it's actually, we're just advisory member, David.
All right.
Actually, we've got the get out clause and we put it onto Dorset Council.
But you can see where I'm getting.
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah.
There is a potential problem there that we are going to be partly responsible for. Much as I like the trees, I love the trees, but you know, certainly 2 houses have recently had serious damage.
You've got to remember, as a town council, we had to take some trees down because our insurance company said, take them down, it might damage. So, would you like to propose anything, David, or?
I don't know what is possible.
Well, last line is any questions, contact them. Are these significant enough? I mean, they've all been just the rarest trees on the planet.
I mean, they're usually.
Yeah.
To be councillor around.
Which is worth saving.
In terms of comment, I'd be, the counter argument to councillor Harris's one, is, yeah, they might damage the pavements or structures, that's a loss to residents. The counter argument is that having trees in your street raises the value of the houses in that street. So they're probably getting enhanced property value from that, because it is a beautiful street with those lovely big trees in it. It also provides quite various benefits. It stores carbon, climate change, and it promotes cooling in heat waves. So it'll be far healthier for the residents. So those are the arguments in favour of big trees.
So what would, are we going
support
to
it.
comment, or are we going to say no comment? We're sure that the officers will have checked it.
I'd like to support it
Yeah.
for those reasons.
Do you have a seconder to support what councillor Earl has just said? Yeah, supported by councillor Dick. Anybody? No?
So just before we move, I've got no issue with these at all, but is it worth just finding out whether there is a likely liability? Because there have been previous trees that have caused trouble. Are these of a similar ilk? Are they further away from buildings, so less likely to cause damage? It's just the perspective, but I don't know the context of the application.
Would you be happy with that, John, Steve, if we said we support the protection of trees, however, we would like to make sure that there's no liability to the councils?
That's
I'm happy with that.
Are you happy with it as second as Steve? Yeah?
So the council supports the protection of trees, but wants to ensure there is no liability to the council's in terms of damage to properties.
The other side,
So you're both happy with that?
Yeah.
So go to the vote. All those in favour? And one abstention.
Yeah.
Now, there's no more in item 7. Item 8, planning applications.
Yeah, under delegated
That
powers.
was,
So these are our tree-related planning applications for things like coppicing and felling.
yeah. Would anybody like to mention anything on these? As it's only this is where it's just a.
Yeah, this is just an info one, so our standard response has already been submitted.
Yeah. We can now move on to item 9. There's a new licence application from the Duke of Edinburgh. Would anybody like to talk on that, as it's in your ward, John?
Yep, I'd raise no objection to this one. It's a pub that's had live music for a long time. And while other establishments do generate complaints to me, this one, I've never had complaints from the residents around here, so it seems to be properly soundproofed and well run, so no objection.
Councillor Clifford.
Just in support of that. Last meeting, we were here talking about, let's try to encourage the growth in the area, pedestrianise it, make it more of a nighttime economy to go to places. This is all part and parcel of it. It's a great place and yeah, fully supporting.
So you'd like to propose that when the town council fully support this application? Do I have a second, councillor Clifford? Okay, all those in favour? Unanimous again. And move on to item 11, there is none. Item 12, none. Item 13. Consultation of proposed traffic regulation order of Abbotsbury Road and Chickerell Road.
Give me a second, 'cause
Yep.
I've lost my page.
waiting.
I'll put all of the documents in the next one, we can.
Yeah.
Problems in there. Going into the website.
Yeah.
Up with the maps.
Yeah.
This is sort of just a generic page. It's a bit like Abbotsbury Road and Chippewa Road, does it?
There you go.
That's the main map.
What's the weekly? One would have the wiggling.
They're just the, where you're not allowed to park and.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, yeah.
It's just the yellow line.
Yeah,
That they'll paint on it.
yeah.
Have we had anything from the board members? It's not
No,
your ward, is it, David?
No,
No.
not anymore.
I think,
That's Ryan and Alex.
yeah, because it goes through a few stages. The
Yeah.
initial stage is that we get asked to let Dorset Council know that we're happy for it to go out for public consultation.
Yeah,
And the ward members were consulted with at that point, and I think councillor Hope said that he'd sent his comments directly to Dorset Council.
yeah.
So this is the next stage after that.
Right, anybody like to comment on this? Councillor Ralph?
I had the advantage here of being, we had the officer responsible for designing it came and talked to our the CEE group a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago. The reason they picked this site is one of about 4 across Weymouth. They picked because they have a history of accidents.
Yeah.
And collisions and near misses. Obviously, those familiar with the reason why it's a bit of a danger spot is people come whistling down the Chickerell Road.
Mm.
And the layout is such you can take that at 30 and people probably go around faster at Abbotsbury Road. It's really quite a very smooth corner. So the whole design is to kind of make the angles such that the cars have to slow down on the corner, and then the pedestrians have got more chance of it being missed. I've cycled across that quite a few times. It does make perfect sense because it'll connect up the cycle route to Budmouth quite nicely to the town, because you can get through to the marsh and that little side alley and cut through by the swimming pool. So it's a good scheme, I think.
But what they're really doing is just there's hatch lines where in front of those benches, which are now just being filled in. But I don't understand why you want to have benches just there.
I saw
They're
that.
trying, he said it's just so that after people have walked a couple of hundred yards from the previous bench.
Or we'll have some benches around, but that's just looks out on a junction.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Without other,
that's the bit they
Yeah.
are going to out from the existing one to there. They've done the same with top Borough Gardens in Dorchester. It used to be quite a wide
Yeah.
expanse there, and they just narrowed it. It's a lot, it's quite pleasant.
that's a very good idea if I put.
But what would you like us to, because we've got to put a comment up, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So what would you like to comment on the,
Well, my perspective is supporting it on the grounds of road safety and making it easier for pedestrians and cyclists.
would anybody like to second that?
Totally
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah, councillor Harris will second it.
But would add, in the consultation, could they please ask the public where they would like the benches?
Yeah. Do that.
Pedestrians and cyclists.
We want the benches, as John says.
Yeah, but who's responsible for the benches going up? Is it Dorset Council or is it Weymouth Town Council?
Did you say in consultation,
Also,
With the resident.
we'd like,
it's also.
Yeah.
In the consultation, could they stress asking the residents where they would like the benches?
got a funny feeling it's already out in the public.
Yeah, I think it has been consumption.
Consultants where it's that.
Yeah. Are you happy with that, John?
Yep.
Yep, happy, David? Right, if we could have a vote, all those in favour? That's unanimous again.
Just
on the traffic.
info items.
Information, item 14, which is information items. Would anybody like anything on those? Councillor Royal?
Taking a lot of airtime tonight. I've got an update from Councillor Northern on the neighbourhood plan.
Ah, so not on the three, just on the,
Is it in
Yeah.
the same section?
yeah, nobody else on the three? No? Okay then, we go into the neighbourhood plan.
I'll read what he said. The Reg 16 formal consultation is over 24th of January to 7th of March, and all comments should be addressed to Dorset Council. Documents are available online or at your local library. Residents of Weymouth will receive a leaflet from the Neighbourhood Plan Steering Group delivered by Royal Mail from the 3rd of February onwards, highlighting Weymouth Neighbourhood Plan, and the opportunity to make comments on the plan and the forthcoming referendum. I'll send
Yeah.
the wording to Nick.
Yeah, and I've had my.
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah.
I've had mine, yeah.
Can you?
Hey,
It's too high up the hill.
Yeah, it's too high.
Actually, that information's in the agenda document
Oh, is
as
it?
well, so, yeah.
all right then, we can now move on to item 15. There are none. Item 16, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
We
And I
close the
will-
meeting.
I will just stop the live streams.
Don't you like?